night for some reason.
For sure. All right, guys. Jim, did you see if you can speak? Well, I am gonna. All right. Well, I'm gonna join the broadcast booth, and one of you guys needs to do the whole rules thing. Just the big thing is tell them like easy on the side. Why? Change your settings. No, I think it's the settings because it's so dark. Yeah. Yeah, so make sure, well, if you can't, you can join me if you want, but anyway, someone's got to go over the rules. Tell them you can enter the pit stalls. Are you listening? Make sure you tell them enter the pit stall within 3, must exit within 3, stay to the right on pit lane until you pit, and then also just tell them easy on the side drafting. This is just practice, but treat it like a real race. And tell everybody if they haven't seen the rules, go read the rules. Causing a caution, you're going to get an EOL. I don't know how I'm going to let you guys know who did that, but I'll figure out a way.
Whoever that guy was at first that caused that.
As long as you don't back out completely, you should be okay, as long as you don't withdraw from the session, because you only got like 3 seconds. I probably won't, because that's, well, if you can't, just join me in the booth. Oops.
Wow.
There you go.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks. So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords. And most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the R07 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa, and my 2 children, Eli and Emma, or as we like to call them, the little E's. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. May they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, 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 amen.
To honor America with the performance of the national anthem, 8-time Grammy Award winner, Chris Stapleton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Oh, so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular upon her, singing yeah, through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good evening and welcome. Sorry for the delay on the stream, but we are catching in here live for qualifying as we're showing Vince Short out on the track. It looks like he's having some lagging issues here. We'll try to find, hopefully, we can get that squared away. But this is the practice race for our league, the Midnight Run Strategy Series. As you notice, it's a little bit dark on the track, except where there are lights. Obviously, you'll get to see a better picture of that when I go to the blimp cam. As we got Derek Buckaloo sitting there, I don't know what he's doing. He's from Beeville, Texas. He's backwoods driver of the number 81, running the Taylor Construction Paint Scheme. I think he may be giving a driver's meeting right now before he sends off. Let's see who else we got on the track here. We got Ben Smith, another backwoods driver. Ben Smith's pretty new to iRacing. He's out here running the number 11 car. I think he's 18 on the server for now. But he's put down a decent qual lap of a 49.75 was his last lap. It's just me in the booth tonight. Adam didn't join me, but if Jim Treat can't get his stuff working, he's going to join me up here, hopefully. Appreciate everybody checking in, as Ben will qualify 9th as of right now. We've got Scott Ford out here, another Taylor Construction backwoods driver. Get off the backwoods driver and go to Sedarius Dias, I think is how you say his name. I'll have to confirm with him, find that out. And this number 5 car. Well, it's 5 on his car, 17 on the grid. Qualified 3rd. Let's look who we got so far. Kendall Levron in 1st and Nate Cotilla in 2nd. I don't see any other drivers out here at the moment. It's qualifying. Everybody is supposed to qualify, so hopefully everybody does that. We got 2 cars yet to qualify. Jim Treat, Zachary Cox. Didn't have a whole lot show up for this practice race, but we have over 35 drivers registered for the league. For the league, we're going to be starting next Saturday night, November 2nd, at this same track, Daytona, 75 laps. This is a strategy series. So as a strategy series, that's going to entail limited fuel, limited tires, and as you can see with the blimp cam now, how dark it is out there, as midnight run means we will run at midnight. So as long as the tracks have lights, we will be at midnight, and There's only one track on the schedule, which is Talladega, that does not have that. November 9th, we'll go to Bristol. After that, the following week, Kansas, then Nashville, Auto Club, Phoenix, Texas, Pocono, Las Vegas, Michigan, Charlotte, Talladega. We will have an all-star race in there at Iowa, mix things up a little bit. These drivers are competing for a decent-sized prize pool thanks to sponsors such as Taylor Construction Services, Cower Creek Barbecue, Evans Flooring, and there's another Spoon-Fed Engines. Also sponsored by Swift Energy Drinks. You can go to swiftenergy.gg and pick yourself up some of that energy powder on their website for decently priced with code Mafia SR for a 25% discount. All these races are going to be structured around 150 laps. Said limited fuel, limited tires tonight. I think the drivers are going to get about 25 laps to a tank of fuel. So that'll be interesting to see how these teams spare that out. With everybody qualified, they could move to the next session, but I think they're just waiting. So while they wait, I'm going to go ahead and take that opportunity to get into a commercial break real quick. This one's going to be Simrat Mafia. So we just seen the starting grid here. I will go back through it because I had my mic muted. Kendall Irvine got the pole. Nate Cotilla in second. Sedarius Dias in third. Scott C. Ford in fourth. Derek Buckaloo in fifth. Jaquay Carter in sixth. Chris Cornett in seventh. Eighth goes to Ethan Amberg. Ninth, Vincent Short. 10th, Benjamin Smith. 11th, Juan Linares. 12th, Mike Robinson. 13th, Arabia Caton. 14th, Joshua Siegfried. 15th, Dave Farella. And you see my name on there, but I didn't qualify. It looks like Jim Treat might not have made the race, and Zachary Cox, I don't know if he's in here or not. It shows him in the pits. So we will be getting this train rolling here soon. Let's take a look at the conditions the drivers are going to be facing tonight. The temperature in the air is 71 degrees, same as the track temp, 71. So a nice cool night for these drivers as it's, you know, midnight strategy series. So all of it's going to have a nice cool track. And We hope you can join us for each and every one of these races here. So the pace car is out, leading the guys to the field with Cotilla on the high line, LeBron on the inside, Dias right behind LeBron. I don't think any teammates are stacked up together, so this will be kind of interesting to see how this plays out. See if they try to fall in line. Hopefully they don't push it too early here, and we get some nice clean racing as they are about to take this green flag here soon, I should say. That nice paint job on Kendall LeBron's car. Sweet victory. Kendall's been in some of our hosted races. He's a very fast driver, very clean driver. Like to see him. I'm glad to see him in the league, I should say. Real happy to see everybody that turned out. Drivers are coming out of turn 4. The pace car will pull off here soon. I might have lied to you. They might be coming out of 2. So the pace car is off, and Barney's going to give him the green flag here as they come to the Geico restart zone.
Flag.
Like the drivers are giving each other room as Dias is giving LeBron a nice push on the entry to 3. Ben Smith up there getting loose in the back. Jacquay Carter out there. He's up there in 6th place. Young driver, very fast driver. Nate Cotilla on the outside looking to get some help from Scott Ford. Scott Ford and Jacquay Carter, the first teammates lined up. Derek Buckaloo moves up to 3rd. Falls in line as it's early here. Dias all over the bumper of LeBron. Oh, easy, bud, easy. As he falls out of line, he might not be able to get back up in there. Buckaloo's going to let him in, as there's still plenty of time here. As we got Chris Cornett on the outside. I believe that's Cornett trying to make moves up there. Chris Cornett, also a driver that's been in our hosted races before. Very clean, very fast driver. But anything can happen at these speedways, as they are 3 wide there in the back, with Ben Smith on the inside, Nate Cotilla on the inside, or in the middle, rather. I see a very nice paint job here in the back. I don't know what number it is, but we will get a shot at that here soon. As you can see, this turn's a little darker. The lights aren't as bright over here. Hopefully that looks okay on the stream. Dias takes the lead. Buckaloo pushing him hard. Is he going to leave him out to dry, or is he going to stay with him? The high line is rolling right now. Jim Treat is out of the race. Hopefully he joins us in the booth here soon. He may not, as we got a car on the apron. That's the 14. He's got a 14 on his car, but I don't think he's got 14 on his. I wonder who that is. I think it's Ethan Amberg. It's 12 on the box. 14 on the car, which all these drivers, their paints will match once we do the once we just start the league. They're paints will match their numbers. Everybody seems to be pretty patient here. This is shaping up to have some clean racing. Let's jump on the back of Dias's car. Dias, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say his name. Take a look out the back. As he's getting one heck of a push from Derek Buckaloo in that Taylor Construction Ford with Ethan Amberg right behind him. And the Highline's now moving. Give me one moment. I have to pull up the stream, see if anybody's in here talking. Once again, here we go. We got the Carter fans up in the chat. Appreciate you guys watching. You know who we're rooting for, Nathan says. That's right. Carter's in second. Cornette's in first. You're used to seeing these guys out front here. Ben Smith holding his own here in 8th place, looking pretty good in that Taylor Construction car. You know what you got to do. You got to give the people what they want, and that's who they want right there. Jacquay Carter in the 23 Simrad Mafia car. New backwoods driver. Joined us not too long ago. 16 years old, folks. In the lead still. Let's go back through the top 10 here. Chris Cornette, Jacquay Carter, Derek Buckaloo, Kendall Levron, Darius Dias, Vincent Short, Zachary Cox, Benjamin Smith, and Dave Torella. As now everybody is too wide, 2 by 2 by 2 to the back, as I think we may have 2 packs. Maybe not. Maybe just this one pack. These guys are racing really clean. I like to see this. Ashley Smith in the chat. Woo, Ben. That's right. Look at Ben go. Ben's new to iRacing. Races with the Backwoods boys when he can. I think we have a new leader. Ethan Amberg out front. We do. He's got teammate right behind him. And then we got Zachary Cox in third. He's also a teammate. Amberg, Dias, and Cox. Who's behind him? Dave Farella. Highline Motorsports driver is leading the way here. Look at that 9 car. That 9 car is sweet. Put Ghost on it. As this is speedway racing at its finest, you get a leader, you have some people fall back, you have people make their way to the front, or they get in line. They're 12 laps in with no caution. This is awesome. Oh, they get into each other there in the back. I think we may have 2 packs now. As Caton, Ford, and Robinson are all in the back there. Robinson might be back there all by himself. Mike Robinson, yeah, way back here, lost the draft. He's running back here by himself for now, but if he can stay on the lead lap, he might be able to catch up if a caution comes out. It's Scott Ford out here. He's running with AP, nickname AP, Arabia Caton. The third, sorry. Back out front here, Ethan Amberg still leading the way with his teammate pushing him hard behind him. Let's talk about Ethan Amberg. He's from Dublin, Ohio. He's 22 years old. He's been on iRacing for 2.5 years. His favorite tracks include Bristol, Indy, Watkins Glen, and Mid-Ohio. Sponsored by Ghost Sim Racing, I Create Photography. Says he grew up in a family of NASCAR and motorsports fans. Grew up going to Orange County Fair Speedway in New York as a kid and have been hooked ever since. He started racing a little over 2 years ago on the road and sports car side and fell in love with the oval side of iRacing early this year. He's full-time sales supervisor for Specialized Bicycles in Ohio. Says he's looking forward to some awesome racing ahead. Well, we're happy to have you here, Ethan. Ethan has fell back, and we have Derek Buffalo to the lead with Jacquet Carter right behind him. Kendall LeBron behind him. As that could be a strategy play in Ethan's part too, like I said, with the fuel mileage and everything. He may want to fall back in line, save a little bit of fuel, but you know, out front is the best place to be, as you can tend to stay away from the wrecks. Unless you get a bad push. You get a bad push and you're not gonna, it's not gonna be good. That's right. Chassel 410 in the chat saying there's one way to avoid the chaos. Be up front. That is right. Usually I'm joined with my teammate Adam, and I don't know, he couldn't be on tonight, but he should be here next weekend to broadcast with myself. It's kind of boring when you're in the booth by yourself, as these lead lap cars are coming up to a lap car. That's Jim Treat, finally made his way on the track. He was having some issues with his internet connection, and hopefully this isn't a problem for these lead lap drivers, as they're going to pass him on the outside. Treat's going to stay to the load line. He's a lap down. It looks like he may be coming to pit road, as he may still be having some frame rate issues. Eric Buckaloo out front still. A man from Beeville, Texas. His motto is lick the stamp and send it. Sorry, that was the wrong camera angle. I just really like that 9 car. That 9 car looks really good as they got shuffled out to the back. And there you go. The fan favorite out in front, Jacquay Carter. Jacquay Carter, 16 years old, from Ohio, has 51 official wins in iRacing. He's a part-time NR Night in America driver. Been on iRacing just under 2 years. He said he's mid at every track. Super speedways are his favorite, and it's showing as that 23 car is leading the way. Carter is one of my sponsored drivers. Since I can't be on the track, he is running the Simrat Mafia car. Looking good out front, Jacquay. We got a couple packs breaking up here. That'll be interesting because there are no stage breaks, and if they don't get a caution here, we'll have to see how that plays out for some of those drivers. Carter looking good, not worried about that out front with Kendall LeBron right behind him. Chris Cornett behind him. Ethan Amberg falls in fourth. So Darius right behind him. I'm telling you, I think the car of the night might have to go to Dave Farella in this 9 car. Woo, that thing is sweet. It's crazy as you see these drivers out here. It looks like it might be easy, but I'm gonna tell you from experience, it is not easy. You want something that's gonna get your heart racing above 120 beats per minute? This is it right here. We've seen Carter in these hosted sessions before and just had a really good turnout most of the time. He's been too fast for his own good. He's gotten wrecked out of a lot of these races. Hopefully that's not the case tonight. Hopefully we can see Carter bring it home tonight. I know that's what the fans want. Kendall LeBron might have something else in mind, but it's still early. So we're coming up to lap 24. Like I said, these guys have about 25, 26, maybe 27 laps of fuel in their car. And they're coming up on Jim Treat again. Let's see how they navigate this lap traffic. I forgot. One set of over-the-wall tires. You don't really need the tires here at Daytona or Talladega as they don't wear out as much with the banking. In the sim, they don't. On TV, yeah, sure, they probably do. But on the sim, they don't really. They'll probably be looking at about 98% when they pit at lap 50. So if they wanted to get tires, you could, but it might not do you any good, especially since it's with the draft. And the only way to win this race is to have help. Commentator curse. Nah, man. I'm not trying to curse my man. All out front here. Let's go on board and take a look and see what it looks like out the back of his car. I just have to find the right camera. Because he's going to pull out and let some other cars by. That could be strategy because he might be looking at his fuel. He might be trying to line up with the teammates. As he's got Derek Buckaloo, I believe, right behind him. That's teammate with Jim Treat behind him. They're might be trying to pick him up. Back out front, Kendall LeBron out front leading the way. Chris Cornett right behind him. Ethan Amberg, Sedarius Dias, and Dave Farella, top 5. Zachary Cox, Juan Linares, Joshua Siegfried, Nate Patella, Derek Buckaloo round out the 10 spot. So let's see, it could get crazy here in a couple laps. Who's going to be the first to go? To pit road, that is. No takers this time. Get that back. Arabia Caton has pitted. He pitted on lap 24. And here they come to pit road. Oh no, Kendall LeBron, I thought he was going to psych him out. Ethan Amberg and them stayed out. LeBron, Cornett, Linares, Joshua Siegfried, all pitting in. Scott Ford, Benjamin Smith just pitted in. Should be a fuel-only stop. Ethan Amberg out front here. Are they going to go this time? See some of the drivers lost their draft as they break off, and they're going to be pitting here. Carter to the inside, locks him up right in front of Derek Buckaloo. Drivers are supposed to stay to the outside lane and not move over until they get 3 stalls from their box. Any entry 3 stalls or exits out of 3 stalls, that will result in an end of the line penalty. So here come all the drivers. Look like fuel only. We'll see how this shakes out. Oh, I hear tires spinning. There it is. Derek Buckaloo spinning around. He's going to get down, and Dias just barely misses him. Derek Buckaloo going to get contact made. And he's going to come up on the track. Oh, big contact back in the back. You guys can't see it, but I see it on my other monitor. We'll have to go back and take a look at that as our first caution has come out. Let's step away for just a quick second from a word from one of our sponsors here. We'll be right back. Thanks for joining us here. Yes. Yeah, I'll bring you in here in a second. Give me a minute. All right, we're back. Let's take a look and see what brought out the caution here. As you can see Derek Buckaloo down there on the right. I think he was coming out of pit lane. I think he just got his right side tires onto the track and spun out. It doesn't take much to do that. As right in front of Carter, yes, he definitely just spun out. And as he's trying to gain it, Darius just misses him. Jim Tree gets in the back of him. Who else was that? The 65 got into the back of Derek, which pushed him up on the track. And then, that was Joshua Siegfried, I believe. Let's go back here and look at that. See how it looked from his perspective. There really wasn't nothing he can do. He comes down and gets into the 65. Should be minor damage, but these drivers do have a fast repair tonight. As I feel like I just had somebody join the booth with me, and I believe that's the driver of the 367, Jim Treat. How's it going, buddy?
What's going on, man?
What happened to you? Are you done?
No, I had CPU issues, so I was just gonna run out there and practice with him, but I just feel like I shouldn't be in there, and I just ran in the back of Derek too, so
Yeah.
just gotta help.
Derek Buckaloo on pit road trying to get some of that damage fixed, I'm sure. As it probably wasn't that much, but we got a new leader, Juan Linares. And looks like Ben Smith and a couple other cars are going to get a wave around here. Juan Linares in the 69 car. I'm going to bring Ethan in here. Ethan, it's Dustin in the booth. How's it going, man?
Doing well yourself?
Good, man. Seeing you out front here leading quite a few laps there, and then seeing you fall back. Is that due to strategy, or what was going on there?
Just feeling things out for now, making sure to get decent fuel mileage, learn some things, have a lot of fun. I don't have a great history with Daytona, so always like to take some time to figure things out.
Yeah, so far it looks pretty clean. Looked like Derek made a little mistake there coming out of pit road and kind of stacked everything up. Had a question for you. How do you say your teammate's last name? Sedarius.
Which one?
Sedarius.
That is Days, like
Days.
Days. Yep.
Okay, so I was saying it way wrong, so I apologize to him.
That's all good.
I was saying Deus.
At least you ask. A few leagues have not asked, and it's been wrong for quite a few broadcasts.
Oh, that's right, man. Well, we've seen you got a teammate help behind you, and you're looking good running out front. So we just wanted to pull you in, and you're getting ready to go green here. I know you got some sponsors on that car. Who do you want to shout out?
Yeah, well, shout out Go Sim Racing. They're a U.S.-based pedal company. They're affiliated with SimJack. They take a lot of the basics from SimJack and redo them in-house, hand-tune the pedals. They do an excellent job. They do shifters and other items like that. I can't recommend their stuff enough. I Create Photography. He's one of our team members who's not with us tonight, but he does some awesome stuff. He works for a handful of tracks around the U.S., taking professional pictures, and does a great job. All the Highline Motorsports guys are awesome, and it's fun racing with them every week, and let's keep it rolling.
Awesome, man. Yeah, that 9 car looks great out there, and I'll talk to you some more about that pedal sponsorship, see if we can't figure it out, but I'll let you go since you're getting ready to go green, man. Good luck.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. That's Ethan Amberg as we're getting ready to take the green flag here. Check out the starter cam. As Barney's up here, he's had a pretty easy day with only one flag in his hand, which was the green one, until about 4 laps ago, bringing out the yellow.
Green flag, green flag.
And there he goes, waving it like crazy. As Jacquay Carter gonna make the jump to the front on the outside with Sedarius Days. Now we know how to say his last name. Days gives Carter a nice shot, which kind of accordions the outside lane. Feel free to jump in anytime you want, Jim.
I will do.
I guess I could, I don't know if I can share my screen at this point, but.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I got it. Just making sure that don't happen again for the league race next week. So just checking stuff.
I really think
there. It wasn't internet.
It may happen.
It wasn't that either. My CPU was overloaded and I had to stop some apps and it was fine.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. So Jim Treat here recently has brung on a new sponsorship for the league, which is what, Jim? What?
I got it.
Which is Coward Creek Barbecue. And could you tell us a little bit about that if you can? No pressure. We're on pins and needles here.
Hang on, just a second. They're wanting me to clear flags.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, so
I got you.
Jim will let us know about that sponsorship here in the middle as Ethan Amberg's found his way out front with Days right behind him. And I want to say that he has Vince Short behind him as Amber gets turned. And, let's see if he can keep it out of the wall. He does not, but that's okay. Caution did not come out. We should probably throw a caution for that. Let's throw a caution for that. They've been pretty clean.
I did. Sorry.
Appreciate it. Yeah, we don't want to get everybody backed out of here, but looked like we had Dave Farella crash too. It looked like. Let's go back real quick, take a look at it as we are under yellow.
Sorry, man. Give me just a second.
Oh, you're good. Dave Farella did not crash, or did he? Yes, he did, as he got down into LeBron, and then he got shot up into the wall right in front of his teammate. I don't know if that's his teammate or not. Yes, that is his teammate. Who is that teammate there in that 9 car? Dave Farella is the 9, who is the 85. Joshua Siegfried. I think he may have had to tow as he had wheel damage there. Let's go back and take a look at that one more time. And we'll back it. We'll slow it down for you. As Amber got a bad push, let's rewind this here. Oh. Let's see where it all started. Looked like he might have got a bad push from his teammate. As Days is in his bumper, just trying to get the advantage over the inside line here. And he just pushes him ever so slightly on the left rear of that car. And as he slides out, and we do not have a visual, there we go. He's got him locked up. Try to keep it out of that wall. I don't know. Damage might not be terrible, but either way, he should have a fast repair. And then we had, let's stop that. And then we'll go to Joshua's car here. And we'll slow this down and see what happened. As, like I said, he went down into the car on the inside there. Looks like LeBron was on the yellow line. 3 wide. That's a chance you take running 3 wide at these tracks. As he did not get into him, he just comes up the track. And maybe he did. He gets into him right here. And it's just a racing incident. And he's going to go up and get pushed
Like,
by the 85 right into his
which
teammate.
is, it's like Vincent Short just had an issue too. Right here under caution.
Go into that. Yes, he did. Under caution. I wonder if he was just messing with his black box or something. But he's just
Yeah, he came out and ran right into the wall. Looks like he's.
out
Looks like
here.
a wheel disconnect to me.
Yeah, that could be it too. Let's look at the chase cam here on this, see what happened.
He just calmed instead his throttle stuck open. That's rough.
Oh. Comes out of pit lane.
Yeah, right out of pits.
They didn't even want to turn.
We're watching it now.
That's wild. Well. Back to the live action here, and we will take this off of the caution screen. Take a look at the main live as this race is presented by Backwoods Mafia Taylor Construction Services, Coward Creek Barbecue. What's your buddy's flooring? Evans Flooring?
Yes, sir. It's Evans Flooring out of Oakland, Illinois.
Simrat Mafia, Brown Flag Productions. So we're showing the Simrat Mafia car right there and a Taylor Construction car. Nice look at that. And then we had the, and who's up front now? Let's see. I lost my mouse. There it is. It's harder broadcasting these races than what you might think. Still new, still learning. Yeah, I see Tina in there. Jacquet. Yeah, I might have messed his name up one time, but yeah, I know it's Jacquet. Yeah, I work with a guy who has the exact same name, which is pretty rare. It's only 2 people that I know with that same name. I'm trying to get my other buddy to join iRacing. Looks like we got Days and Cox in the lead here as they're getting ready to take the green flag again. This Geico restart zone.
Green.
Oopsies, wrong camera. Days gets a nice jump out front, but he's got Scott Ford on the inside. Is Ford on the lead lap? I believe he is. Scott Ford must have got his lap back, or maybe he didn't go a lap down, but he was running in the back there for a while. You might be able to join back in, Josh. I'm not sure.
We got one on the wall up here. 65 car. Zachary Cox.
Ooh, 3 wide, making moves. It's still kind of early. There's a 4 car there. Who is that? Chris Cornett. Chris Cornett does not want to be back in the back, obviously, as he just made some crazy moves to get in front of Nate Cotilla. Scott, that all unraveled right in front of Scott Ford. Kendall DeBron right behind him. Who we got on the outside there? That's Cox, I believe. And then he's got his teammate Ethan Amberg right behind him. We just spoke to him a while ago. Looks like Carter's in the back there being patient. He should still have the draft though, so nothing to worry about there. Still a long way to go, 35 laps. Whew, crazy push from Scott on Days. You know, Jim, it's nice to see Scott running out front here. Usually he gets dumped in these kind of races. he hasn't had any luck when it's come to our hosted races.
No, he really hasn't. And I tell you what, the league racing we're gonna have has some pretty good looking races in it. So I think you're gonna see a good showings out of Scott. He's always caught up in the wrong situations at the wrong time. Really, honestly, every hosted we've been in with Scott. So I expect to see Scott running toward the front most of the time.
For sure, and if we see the same respect out of the other drivers that failed to make the race tonight, we should have some pretty nice green flag racing. It looks like they're being pretty easy on the side traps here.
Yeah, we're not having too much aggression. It's just a bummer that I couldn't be in it. So.
As you know as well as I do, the don't take much to side draft. It's the 13, and Nate Cotilla comes down and gets into the 5 of Sedarius Cox, and that's gonna mess him up a little bit, but he didn't lose the draft. Well, now he lost the draft, and that's gonna put Scott Ford out front here with Chris Cornett right behind him, and Carter is gonna fall in line. I wonder if he's got the draft still. I don't know what happened there with Cotilla coming down into days.
This outside line's gonna get a little bit of steam here.
Zachary Cox pushing Nate Cotilla pretty hard there. Ooh, you gotta be careful in that second spot, getting loose like that. Chris Cornett, though, he's been a beast of a driver in our hosted races, and he always seems to find his way up front. And he's put on a pretty good show for us over the last few weeks.
Yeah, Chris runs really well by every race, every track we go to. He's a good, clean driver.
He's very, very fast. Because we do have some fast drivers in this league, and you know, you're really gonna see the separation when it comes to the short track races, the 1.5 miles. I think we have a nice little diversity when it comes to who's good at what. Derek Buckaloo's still up in the mix as we have a small breakaway here as Dave Farrell is still on pit road. Josh Siegfried's still on pit road. Ben Smith, Arabia Caton, and Vince Short all laps down. Can you tell me how many laps they're down?
Ben Smith is 1 lap down right now. Vince Short is 6 laps down.
Mike Robinson.
Mike Robinson is 30 laps down.
So I met Mike through a stream, and he is a guy with a lot of high energy. His energy is off the charts. Like he's a really good guy, and we'll have to get him in the interview booth at some point because it'll be very entertaining. Like I said, his energy is amazing. We got a 2-car pull away here. Are they going to be able to catch him? Who is that on the outside that they just passed?
It was Nate Cotilla.
Cotilla?
Cotilla.
No, Nate Cotilla's in the 13 car. That was, I want to say that was Arabian Caton in the 30 that just got passed by the lead lap cars.
You're right. Yes, it was. He is currently 2 laps down.
Ben's hoping for a caution. Because what's crazy is we gave these drivers a fast repair, but they've only had a couple that probably needed it, which is a good sign. Good sign for the league. And Because if they can figure out the speedway racing, then there's no doubt in my mind that the short tracks and the mile and a half are going to be clean and green. As these drivers are competing for a nice little payout here, as we have it structured in a way to where 19 of the 35 plus drivers will get paid out. With the All-Star race, they are going to get paid out $30 to the winner, and then for the All-Star race, the race before, whoever the driver is in last place will draw for their position. Let me rephrase that. The drivers will be drawing for their starting position on the grid. There will be no qualifying that race. And, oh, as we have a spin, Ethan
Oh, we got a
Amber goes
big
around.
crash. Big crash.
Throw that.
Caution, yellow flag.
As that should get Ben Smith back on the lead lap here. As Amberg went around. We'll go back
Oh,
and
looks
look
like
at
Derek
that.
Buckaloo was involved.
And then I'll get back to what I was saying after this caution. These drivers are going to try to catch the pace car. Let's go back and take a look at what happened. Oopsies. Berger is going to come up a little bit, get into Kendall LeBron, and then just lose it. I don't know what happened there. I think that's just a racing incident. It's hard to tell. I mean, definitely not on purpose, but let's go back and take a look at a different angle here. Let's take a look at the blimp. There's Amberg in the 14. Kendall, yeah, Amber came up the track a little bit. And then, ooh, Derek Buckaloo going to have some more damage on the hood. I think I don't know if he had to use his fast repair before, but he might have to use it now. So we're under caution, and I'll go back to finish to explaining. These drivers are going to come down pit lane here. Scott Ford leading the way.
Pretty tough break for Ethan there. He was leading some laps there for a while.
Oh,
Looks like it doesn't look too bad on damage.
Derek Buckaloo entered like 4 or 5 different lanes before his pit stall. That's an EOL. Can you go confirm that, rewind that, and check that?
We'll do it right now.
But while Jim's checking that out, we'll go ahead and let you know we had decided that for the All-Star race, drivers will draw for their entry position. What we'll do is we'll get everybody in here. We'll spin a wheel, starting with the last place points all the way up to the first place points. And whatever number they land on, that's where they're going to start at. So it should make it a little interesting, something different. And then the payout structure, as I was saying, for these drivers, they're going to get $125 for the winner. Second place is going to get $100. Third place is going to get $75. Fourth, $50. Fifth, $40. Sixth, $30. Seventh, $20. And then 8th through 19th will all get their $10. The league had an entry of $10, so they will all get their money back. And that's all thanks to the sponsors that we've had show out for this race. talk about Kendall LeBron for a moment. He's 34 years old. He's out of Marrero, Louisiana. His favorites are NASCAR, dirt, late models, and Indy. His favorite track is Kansas, and he's been on iRacing for about 5 to 6 years. Well, thanks for joining us, Kendall. It's always a pleasure watching you race out here. Sorry, I'm not keeping up with the track here, as Siegfried said he'd be joining back in shortly. He's almost done with his repairs. Tina says, enjoy watching the race. Great commentating. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Tina. Appreciate that. Happy to have you here. I'm doing my best here. I'm trying my best. Like I said, I'm new to this whole thing, and that's why it's nice to have help like Jim and Adam. Was Derek entering wrong or
Yes,
what?
he did. He entered. He
Yeah.
entered like 6 before.
Did you give him an EOL?
Gotcha. Yes, I did. I can't explain to him without going into the server, so.
Oh, that's fine. He'll know. And if he don't, well, you can jump
Are
into
we
his
1 to green
voice
here?
and let him know. Yes, we're getting ready to come.
The
So you-
lights off? Okay.
Yeah, you can jump into their thing and let them know.
Supposed to be handing out black flags for cause of wreck too.
Well, no, EOLs, but that was racing
Yeah,
incident.
EOLs is what I mean.
Yeah, if it's deemed a racing incident, it's fine. But if it looks like intentional, then that's when we're gonna be strict on it. As we're gonna come to the green flag, and Chris Cornett's gonna lead him with Carter right behind him. Nate Cotella on the outside, Scott Ford right behind him, and Ethan Amberg back up in the mix with his teammates down below with Days and Cox. .24 to go. These guys might be good on fuel if they stop. It'll be close. As now's the time to get with your teammates, get in line, and let's see who's going to win the practice race of the Midnight Run Strategy Series. Those who made it out tonight are going to have an advantage over the drivers next week that did not make it tonight. But who knows, some of those other drivers may not need the help.
Next to me is Derek Buckaloo is not keeping pace. He's lost the draft and falling back.
I wonder if he used his fast repair earlier. It looked like he had his car fixed, though. Amber going to dive it to the inside with his teammates on the inside lane. Now they are stacked up on the inside with Carter behind them. He's got a teammate right behind him. Scott Ford could push him out front here, but it's going to take some work getting through this traffic. Kendall LeBron trying to push Chris Cornett to the front. You know, I think both those drivers are solo drivers, and man, if those two team up, that might be the dream team. I think Carter's just waiting for that outside lane to clear up, so maybe he can go up in front of Chris Cornett, but he's got to get a little bit better of a run. Got Cox in the lead right now. Cornett on his outside. He's going to stick. Cox is going to stick with his teammates. Amberg and Days.
don't know if it came through, but Ben Smith is back on the lead lap.
Let's go, Ben. Get on up there. Help your team out there, boy. Getting a little sketchy on that outside lane as they are trying to make it work. But I don't know. That team there of Cox, Amberg, and Days, that's going to be hard to get around. You got, oh, Cox going to go up and block the outside line. Woo! Chris Cornett said, no,
rips it
thank
down.
you.
It's a smart move. Yeah, smart move.
That might not have been good. I don't know if I would have done that. I don't know if I would have left my teammates. But it's still a long way to go. 19 to go. Pushing Cornett as Cotilla's on the outside all by himself as he's going to fall in line there in front of the 69 of Linares. Oh, Carter in the wall. He might have some heavy damage on that right front. He may even have wheel damage. Might have been a bad push by Scott there. See what happens. Oh, Carter still got the draft, so he may be good. But yeah, he does have a lot of damage on that front end. As Cotilla making moves on the inside now. Highlight Nate Cotilla for a moment here. As he's kind of fallen back a little bit, but that's okay. He's going to turn 25. Well, he's going to turn 26 on November 8th. He's out of Omaha, Nebraska. Been on iRacing for 7 years. His favorite tracks are Kansas and Michigan. His sponsor are God Livingstone's Ghost Sim Racing. He said he has cerebral palsy. He's been iRacing for 7 years. He races with the joystick. He competed in Daytona 24-hour, the Spa 24-hour, and will compete in the Fuji 8-hour. He also plays Omaha Power Soccer Club. It's a wheelchair soccer. We're happy to have you, Nate, and we wish you the best of luck, buddy. As you know, it says he's on a joystick. He has been doing a phenomenal job for being on a joystick. I know most of these guys are on a wheel, and it's hard to be good on a stick.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. I'll tell you what else is impressive right now is Ethan was involved in that last wreck, and he is now leading this race again. That's
right. And, you know, the only thing I don't like about that is he's driving a Ford. That's it.
You would say that.
I gotta say. But other than that, that car looks great. He's got the iCreate sponsor he was just telling us about a little while ago. It looks like, is that Derek Buckaloo up there that's getting ready to get past? I think it is.
Yes, it is.
He's kind of fell off the pace
yeah,
here.
his hood's kind of crinkled up and stuff like that, so it looks like he's
Yeah, he might have
It's
been out of
also this
fast
gas
repair. Yeah. Look, I'm surprised Carter's holding this with the damage that he's got. And we're going to get a really good look at that. We're going to go on board with Juan Linares and look out the back and take, oh, that's the wrong camera. This is the right one. There you go. You can see all that
Doesn't
heavy
look
damage.
that bad from inside the car.
On the outside, looking back at his front end, he's got, yeah, that's going to affect his aero, but I don't think that's going to affect his ability to push. It might affect his ability to be out front, though, so maybe he's hoping for a caution. I don't know if he has another fast repair available, but we'll have to see how it plays out.
Say he'll just stay tucked in for a while and hope for a caution to get the rest of it fixed. Or he'll just push the teammate to the win.
Hopefully that's the case, because I'd love to see one of the backwoods boys in there as Nate Cotilla made an aggressive move to get back down to the line. We're single filed out. Ethan's loving what he's seeing out front with his teammate behind him. Kendall LeBron in the bird seat in third, but I don't think he's got any help as Zachary Cox is a teammate of the two in front. Kendall's going to need Chris Cornett to get up here as Nate Cotilla is going to push to the inside and shuffle Cornett out.
Somehow Ben Smith got shuffled to the back. All the way back there with Derek.
I've been trying to go through these drivers' bios and see who we got out here that we really haven't talked about yet. And as the league goes on, we'll make sure we get everybody involved in this. As Linares is running second. Juan Linares, 21 years old, out of Hood River, Oregon. Been on iRacing for 2 years. His favorite tracks are Las Vegas, Daytona, Bristol, Legacy, Texas, and Current, Texas. He doesn't really have any sponsors at the right now, but he said he watched a lot of NASCAR when he was a kid, and his favorite driver is Jimmy Johnson. We can talk about the fourth place car is Zachary Cox. He has filled out the driver bio page, and he is from Lynchburg, Virginia. He's 35 years old. He's been on iRacing for 4 years. His favorite tracks, Richmond, Watkins Glen, and the IRP. His sponsors, JK Moto Podcast, I Create Photography. He grew up in a drag racing household. His dad is in Top Sportsman. He started racing go-karts at 8 at Albuquerque Speedway. Then made the shift to junior dragsters after a while. He worked at Sony's racing engines after high school and eventually joined the Navy. Currently 15 years and counted active duty. He has plans on building a drag and drive car. Well, thank you for your service, Zachary. We appreciate having you in the league. It'll be fun making calls for you. That's pretty cool, man. I like the driver bios. Get to know these guys on the track.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Definitely wouldn't have known that.
As who is that getting shuffled out there in the 85? I believe that's the one that got in trouble earlier. Joshua Siegfried, he's back on the track. I think that he filled out a bio too. Yes, he did. We're not going to pull away from it, but we can talk about him for a little bit. He's 24 years old. He's Pottsville, Pennsylvania. He's been on iRacing for 4 years. His favorite tracks are Pocono and Iowa. No sponsors at the moment, but he's loved racing since he was young. Well, you're not that old, buddy, but we appreciate having you, just like everybody else. fun season to get you in the booth here, talk to you a few times, and because here we go, it's going to start to shake out a little bit as we got 7 to go. These drivers are going to have to figure out who they can work with and then who they can't work with. I think Kendall's going to have to wait for Cotilla to go high, because I feel like if he moves out of line, those teammates are going to just stay together and try to get a 1-2-3 finish here, which, you know, that'd be a nice little start for him. Even though it is a practice race, there is some bragging rights involved, wouldn't you say?
I would say, and it looks like Scott has shuffled himself back. That looks like the Backwoods team is starting to form up here for the final push. That's what I would say.
Well, let's hope we can. Well, we only got 2 Backwoods drivers right here in front here, which is Carter and Ford.
Yeah, it's either that or there we go. So they're starting to form on the outside there.
You know, and it's too early to call, but I think if Kendall can get the right person behind him, if Kendall could get Cornette behind him, they might have a shot.
Yeah, this is the guy you want pushing you. It's Chris Cornette for sure. McQuaid shuffled back in.
But look at Sedarius, the way that he pushes Ethan Namberg. They're locked up. They are in sync, in tune. He's bumper to bumper. He's coming off ever so slightly to get some air on that hood. Try to cool it down.
You got to watch doing that for sure, but you can blow the motor.
The only thing that's sketchy is when he comes off like that, he comes back down. Ooh, buddy, if he gets a little bit of net code, he might send him.
Speak from experience?
I've seen a few things. Yeah, it's always my luck. I always get wrecked out on these speedway races. So, as we are 5 to go, coming to the line for 4 to go.
Got some action in the back there. Some people shuffling around.
That's Scott trying to see who can go with him, who will go with him. No takers at the moment. We still got 4 to go.
Again, Scott's got some damage there. Something happened there.
I honestly think Kendall should stay in line here. As Cotilla's in 4th, and he's the 69 gets into him. Linares, that was pretty close. But just look at the line that Cotilla's holding with that joystick. You know, that's mighty impressive on a speedway.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a scuffle there. Scott Ford has grabbed some damage. It went 3 wide. And Scott was in the middle, and they got
Looked like he
banging
entered
a little
pit
bit.
lane. Scott is on pit
Scott
lane.
definitely took some damage there. He's out of pit lane. He took his fast repair, and he's trying to blend back on now.
But you know what? I'm pretty happy that he's probably, even if he doesn't finish well, him finishing the race is huge for getting wrecked in all of these and not being able to finish. He's, you know, usually a front runner. He's really an Xfinity guy, but he is, since he's been on the Backwoods team, he's tried to make his way over here as we got a line forming on the outside with Carter trying to push Cornette up front. Now the question is Kendall going to go with them? If he does, this is his chance right here. I think he just lost it. As Amberg's going to block the outside, and Cornette's having none of it. He's going to go to the outside, and Carter's going to stay in the middle. And we're 3 wide in the front. Carter's now back on the bumper of Chris Cornette. And let's see if he can give him another nice push here. Like I said, he's got that damage to his front, but that's going to make it really nice for him to be able to push these cars. It doesn't sound right, but it works.
Ethan blends up the block.
I feel like this is Cornette's move. Uh-oh. We have a slow car here as we navigate through it. That was Ben Smith. And look at there it is, the fan favorite, Jacquet Carter, in second place now. Now he's pushing Ethan Amberg. And then we got Cornette on the outside, and these guys are forming up 2 by 2 as we are on the final lap. And we are going to bring it here to the checkered flag. Who's going to take it? Carter's in second. If he can clear, he might be able to have Cornette on his outside.
Carter's going to step out here.
And Carter might have it. Carter's in the front. This is going to be too close to call.
Photo finish, photo finish.
Oh my goodness, what a finish. Who got it? Did Carter get it? Did Carter win the race?
Carter is P1.
Unofficial results, Jacquet Carter for the win. That's your boy. That's the guy who's taking home the money tonight. Backwoods Mafia driver, repping Simrat Mafia for the win. Woo! That got me pumped up. Carter, Ethan Amberg, great showing by Ethan Amberg. Great showing by Sedarius Days. Kendall LeBron just didn't have it right there. I think he waited too long to make his move. That is crazy. That is crazy. Do you want to go tell those guys to stick around for an interview?
Yeah, I got it. There you go.
Ethan and Sedarius.
How close this was.
Yeah, we're going to go back. We're going to take a look at that.
Wow, yeah, he got it.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Everybody that stuck around here, the fan favorite, that is awesome. Carter with all that damage. I didn't think he had it in him with the damage, as we're going to see him burn him down real quick. Look at him. There he goes. There it is, man. We know it's a practice race, but like I said, bragging rights on the line. Let's go back here. And we are going to slow this down when we get to the line. And take a look at this. As Carter here in second makes his move to the outside, catches a little side draft on Ethan. And this is where it got really interesting. You had two teammates on the inside pushing one another. We're going to see how close this was. Look at that. Whoops. Beats him by a fender. A fender. That is awesome. I don't know if I can get a better camera angle here. I'm trying to get everything. There it is. That's the one we want. There it is. Right there. We're just going to pause it. Right there. And we're going to try to get some, let's bring up our race results here. And we're going to go through this. As Jacquet Carter is going to win the race. Ethan Amberg in second. Sedarius Days in third. Kendall LeBron is going to do fourth. Fifth goes to Juan Linares. Nate Cotilla in sixth. Great finish for him. Seventh, Chris Cornette. Eighth, Zachary Cox. Ninth, Scott Ford. 10th, Ben Smith. 11th, Arabia Clayton. 12th, Derek Buckaloo. 13th, Joshua Siegfried. 14th, Vince Short. 15th, Dave Farella. 16th, Mike Robinson, the smooth operator. And Jim, he finished 17th. But let's see if we can get, who was our third place finisher in here? Let's get Sedarius in here, and let's holler at him. I will move him up. And see how we like this. Whoopsies, I moved him to the wrong one. Sedarius Days, Dustin and Jim in the booth, man. One heck of a show for you. How you feeling after that run?
I feel good, man. Feel good. Wish we could have got up there and helped Ethan out, but P3, we'll settle for that.
Man, I really thought you guys were gonna finish 1, 2, 3 there when you were in second, you had your other teammate right behind you, and then you had Kendall was behind you, I'm sorry. And then I feel like if he would have stepped out, y'all was gonna stay together and you were gonna get the 1, 2, 3, but that
Yeah.
didn't happen. But either way, that was a great showing, man.
Well, I appreciate it, gentlemen. I appreciate you guys having Highline Motorsports out, to come run with y'all this year. It's a good thing to run with Backwoods Mafia out here.
We
Good
appreciate.
league, good setup and everything, guys. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, you like the setup tonight? Yeah, that's
Oh, yes, sir.
high voltage setup shop there for that. And yeah, we're gonna try to have a good setup for you guys to where it'll be stable and competitive. And looks like all you drivers tonight did a great job keeping it clean and being respectful. And that's really what we want this league to be about. And it's nice calling the races. And we're happy to have your team along. And we're gonna get your teammate in here to talk to him. But and take us through those last few laps. Were you committed to stay with Ethan, or were you thinking about maybe if you get the chance you were gonna pass him?
Well, the plan was we talked the last couple of laps, and Ethan was going to run up front, and if it was going to be a second line, he said Sid just steer the course. So if he went up the block, it was just going to we were just going to try to do a high line block out 1 and 2, and we had the 65 back there with us, but he kind of lost out. So the more the merrier. If we had up there, we would try to put more cars up there on the podium, but not the way the cookie crumbled tonight.
No, but tonight was only a practice run, and you guys got a little bit of an edge to see how the car is going to handle with the setup at the draft, with the draft, and out in clean air, and over some of these guys that didn't show up tonight. So, any special plans for next week, or just playing it by ear?
I think it's just mainly trying to get us together in a group and do fuel strategy. That's pretty much all these plate races sometimes are. Just try to fuel strategy and then being lucky and not getting involved in any kind of wrecks.
Yes, sir. Well, once again, man, we appreciate yeah being here and being a part of this league, and I will be talking to you throughout the season, I'm sure, along with your teammates. Y'all looked really good tonight, and I want to thank you for running clean and being a part of this with us.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
No problem, man. You have a great night.
Y'all too.
All right, Ethan in the
Seems
booth.
like a pretty good dude, man.
Welcome back, man. We talked to you earlier tonight. You had the car. You had the car to beat. It just didn't fall the way that you wanted to. If you could take us through the last few laps on what your strategy was.
Block like crazy. I knew those runs were going to come from the high side. The team was trying to stay lined up, but we got split up a little bit coming to 2 to go there, and things fell apart just a little bit. Kept it clean. Had a lot of fun. Couldn't block that last run coming out of 4. I was hoping Sid could get back to my bumper, but he didn't have any help. So ended the way it ended there, but that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. Like it was making me excited. My heart was thumping for you guys. I felt like you guys had the team to beat tonight. You were out front. You had like 1, 2, 3 for the longest time. I think you had Zachary Cox behind you, and he was going to help you out. Did So I felt like if Kendall wasn't going to have any help, so if he was to step out on his own, y'all would have bunched up there and may have finished 1, 2, 3, but that didn't happen.
No,
Um,
sir.
that was a lot of fun. I'm still pumped up about it. So, what did you think about the setup tonight?
It was super stable. That's the hardest I think we've been able to push in a cup car and know where the limit is and really pick it up. I would think I tapped 200 a couple times into 3. So the pushes were really big, but it was a really, really stable setup. Allowed us to, I think, race super close and a lot harder than we usually would be able to here. So it felt really, really good.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun calling this race. This whole league's going to be fun. Like if we have the clean racing that we saw tonight, limited, we didn't really have that many cautions, and we- but hopefully we have that turnout, and I feel like we're going to see you guys up front a lot.
That's the hope. All the guys usually run pretty quick. We all got our tracks that we like and don't like, but we work together throughout the week. I think everybody will have a good showing. It'll be a really good time.
Well, we got you to call out your sponsors earlier, and once again, thank you for being a part of this league. And before we send you on your way, anybody else or special that you want to shout out?
The teammates are always worth a shout out. They did a killer job tonight. Might have been a practice race, but I think you really got to get in the groove, and the guys did that really well tonight. Thanks to my girlfriend and family for putting up with me sitting here on the sim this late at night. So
For
greatly
sure.
appreciated.
For sure. Well, thanks again for having you. We look forward to seeing you next week, and hopefully you can have similar or even a better result and finish first next week.
That would be the goal. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, let's get your winner in here. The guy you guys been waiting for all night long. He ran in front, he ran in the back, he ran in the mid, but ultimately takes the checkered flag for the win. Backwoods Simrat Mafia driver, Jaquay Carter. Carter, take us through that.
Oh, I don't even know where to start. That was just so stressful. I was in the back saving gas the whole last stint and just knew I had to save. I didn't know how I was going to get to the front, but I did.
For a while there, you were in the back, and I didn't think that you were going to make it, especially after you slammed off the wall there and you took a lot of
Yeah.
heavy damage on the right front of the car. Was it driving any different? It looked like you were holding the draft really well. I wasn't sure you were going to be able to hold speed out in front.
No, it didn't really affect me too much. I couldn't really feel it that much, no.
That's crazy. It was very fun to call. And once again, you bring the fans to the stands, and you got a whole lot of support in here, and we appreciate you bringing that. And I appreciate you running that sim ramp car for us. And it's going to be fun to call your races all season.
Yeah, I'm looking
So
forward to it too.
you have a ton of people in here that are just waiting. We're waiting for this interview, and it's all came in due time. You've ran with us before. You've had you've had races where you didn't finish so well, but probably should have finished a little bit better than what you did. And
Yeah.
finally tonight, you pull it together, man. So with all that being said, who do you want to shout out? This is your moment, man.
Sponsors. Just gotta shout out Simrap Mafia for being on my car today. Finally got them in victory lane. Got us a win.
And we appreciate that. But you got a bunch of people watching. I know you got
Yeah,
family in
shout out to
here.
the fans too. Shout out all the family that's come out to support, all the people. Thank you everyone for supporting me.
That's awesome, man. Well, we are happy to have you on the team. I feel like I myself can learn a lot from watching you, and our team's going to benefit from having you on here. So thanks again for joining. And yep, I'll be hollering at you in a bit in the Discord, buddy, if you're going to stick around.
Yep, I will.
All right, man. Thanks a lot. Great job tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There it is. Your fan favorite, guys. Jaquay Carter for the win. Thanks to Jim Tree for joining me in here.
Absolutely, I enjoy it every time.
And that was, I was worried I wasn't going to be having a whole lot to talk about, but Carter gave me a lot to talk about there on the last couple laps. And, shout out to all the guys that joined, not just the top drivers, but Kendall LeBron, Juan Linares, Nate Cotilla, Chris Cornett, Zachary Cox, Scott Ford, Ben Smith, Arabia Caton, Derek Buckaloo, Josh Siegfried, Vince Short, Dave Farella, Mike Robinson, Jim Tree, as always. And next week we'll have Adam here with me calling the shots. Shout out to the sponsors: Spoon Fed Racing Engines, Backwoods Mafia. Uh, I'm missing people here. Swift Energy Drink. Go to swiftenergy.gg. Use code Mafia SR and get your 25% off. Um, Coward Creek Barbecue. Go to their Facebook page and check out some of their barbecue seasonings. Phenomenal. Who else am I missing, Jim? Oh, Ethan Flooring. You want to shout that one out?
Mm. Yeah, Evans Flooring in Oakland, Illinois.
Evans Flooring. Sorry. Evans
That's
Flooring.
okay.
Thanks so much, man. With all these guys, you're making this possible for us to give these drivers a nice reward. And, hopefully we're doing you justice by having you on stream. And thanks to all you watching. We appreciate you. Thanks to all the Carter fans in there. Thanks for showing up every time we have a live stream. And if you haven't already and you're still watching, hit that like, subscribe, share it with your friends. as these broadcasts will only get better. And thank you so much. With that, we're going to kick it away to our sponsor commercials, and we'll holler at you later.